Oh, this was one of the best classes I've ever taken in my life, and I'm really, really glad that I signed up for it. I think that it was really, really, really rigorous, even though it was completely online, but it was rigorous in a way that was very approachable and tailored to each student. So I was able to learn a lot. I know that most people use this as kind of like an introductory course before teaching, but I already have several years of teaching experience and a master's in education. But that said, this course was still incredibly helpful to me, and in fact, a lot more useful than some of my master's level courses. And I'm really, really glad that I took it. So thank you. I think the TPs were definitely the most useful part of the course, obviously, because we were interacting with real students. And I also liked, because we were doing the part-time version of the course, that we had all week to prepare for it, because it really gave me time to kind of consolidate all of my thoughts about the lesson plan and to get really thorough feedback from the tutors. So I felt prepared, like very well prepared before each TP. That said, it was still kind of nervous I was still kind of nervous during the TPs, just knowing that I was being watched by my peers and the tutors. But that's kind of why it was the most useful, because I don't have a lot of experience getting observed and evaluated, and so it kind of kept me on my toes in a really productive way, so that I was really incentivized to produce my best work. And also, obviously, interacting with the students was a very rewarding experience, and I really, really enjoyed it and could see that the things that I was learning through my tutors and through the online course module were effectively being applied towards the student in a real life scenario. So that was awesome. Thank you. I think everything definitely met my expectations and then also exceeded my expectations. I think coming into the course, I knew that it was going to be a really difficult, challenging experience, and I didn't know how that was going to translate online necessarily, but it did really well, surprisingly, and like I said, I was very challenged by the course. It was not easy, but it was very, very rewarding and very fun. And I think in particular, the tutors went above and beyond to make sure that we were getting the most out of the CELTA course, even if it wasn't a full-time in-person CELTA course. And so in that way, they completely blew my expectations out of the water in creating just as equally a beneficial course as it would have been otherwise. Everything met my expectations, went beyond my expectations. It was fantastic, and I can't say enough good things about my experience. I think the teaching practice, guided lesson planning, and feedback on the course exceeded my expectations, because I know people who have done, like I said, the CELTA in real life, in a classroom full time, and I don't think that they got the same kind of tailored feedback or experience that I got, because my TP group was so small. It was just me and one other person. So there was a lot of pressure on us to perform, but also because of that, there was a lot of attention given to us in a really specific way that completely was above my expectations. And it wasn't given in like a nitpicky way at all. It was very productive and very useful. So that was probably the best part of this course for me. I think my advice for future CELTA 100% online candidates, one thing that really helped me was that I practiced every lesson 1 or 2 times before I actually delivered it to students, because I wasn't 100% familiar with the technology. And so just, practicing it with the technology made me feel more comfortable so that I could focus on my actual teaching techniques during the live evaluated sessions. I'd also definitely recommend spacing the workout. You can't do it all in one sitting, and even though it's part-time. It's not really part-time, especially if you have other things going on in your life. You're going to be thinking about CELTA pretty much all of your day, every day. If you're not working on it, you're still thinking about it. So it's still very rigorous, and work hard